One. Hey everybody, it's Wind Down Wednesday. What y'all got tonight? I got my
Ohio State won the Natty.
I'm double dipping tonight. Let me get that for you.
Right out the gate.
Like, hey, that's all I got.
What, hey, what I mean, hey, that's the hot
That's all
topic
I
right
got for
now.
you. They told
Them
us we couldn't
Buckeyes,
play with the SEC, and we got the Natty. That's all I can tell you.
All right, well, let's talk about that since that's where we are.
So did y'all hear me?
I heard you.
the Ohio State.
Thank you, Terry. One in the bins in the ATL
Yes.
on Dr. Martin Luther King Day, Monday, when nobody expected them to win against Tony against what was they, the Fighting Irish? I don't think they fought nobody that day.
Hey Bernard.
That's Tony.
Oh, it is?
Yep. And they came out, they had about 27 possessions and got them a touchdown. And then it was all VOH. IO after that. That was all she wrote.
On and popping.
Yeah.
It was
And
on.
in the second half, they tried to make it a game because I got bored because I was like, okay, I'm getting ready to go to bed because this is a blowout. It's over.
Right.
They did try to make it, made it a little bit more interesting in the second half. They got a turnover. They scored. They got within a touchdown, but they missed like a field goal or extra point or something like that. And, they didn't make the stops that they needed to make. So.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. It was an effort. It wasn't enough.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, Mary. It wasn't enough.
All I know is the fans on both sides took over Atlanta.
They did.
They took over Atlanta and Metro Atlanta. I live outside in Metro. I came around the corner and the La Quinta Mall on 78? Packed with fans coming out, Ohio fans.
Oh, wow.
Right. And they're like, 45 or to an hour away from the Benz. And I said, they're not coming over out here. And Stacy said, yes, they will, because there ain't going to be no hotel room. And people were saying they couldn't find them. So they ended up
everything was booked.
They were trying to cancel my room by 7:00 because people had not, they oversold the hotel. And because of the weather, people were staying over. So if you hadn't checked in by 7, you was out. I had called them so fast, like, I'm coming. I'm coming. Don't you worry. I'll be there. I will be there.
Yeah. So
I got on that plane, y'all. Them Fighting Irish was fighting their way up out of Atlanta. They didn't want no. I put a picture up, so I'm sitting here. I got an aisle seat, and the guy that's sitting next to me on the aisle seat is here. I'm like, "You all right, bruh?" Like, yeah, no. He was an Irish. He had risked it all on them, and he had to go home and argue with that wife. I was like, when I say, I took a picture of him. That head was on that thing like that. And that's how he rode the whole way. He was sick. I said, you risked, he said, I risked it all.
Because they weren't cheap.
Yeah. It wasn't cheap to get in the Benz. It wasn't cheap to get to Atlanta. Them hotels wasn't cheap. So I knew I was coming so long ago. I had been booked my room. You know what I mean? So I didn't have no problems. I ain't had no problems getting there. None of that. Them people like, yeah, I ain't gonna get home at 9:00 tonight. They starting they travel way early. All of that. Yeah, he had risked it all.
I don't know a lot about Ohio. What does their they got a lot of seniors going out?
They got a lot of what?
seniors?
This year, not a lot, but they got a few. Yeah, they got not a whole lot, but they got a few.
Yeah. What their recruits look like?
So let your group tell it. We done spent, 20 million on them.
And you did. And then you got another 20 million for winning.
So let me say we got our return on our reinvestment. We did not spend the most that some have.
Yeah, you're third place.
Is it third or fifth?
I think the only teams that were ahead of y'all that spent more money was
let me look.
Oregon.
Oregon did. Texas. And where they at today?
And Texas, maybe?
Both of them was on. Okay, here it is. I got it right here. Let me look. I got the list. We are number 4.
Oh, 4.
Okay. We're number 4. And we spent 20.2 million, right? Oregon spent.
If you spend that much money,
Oregon is number 1.
Oregon,
and they happen to be sitting on the big comfy couch.
I thought it was funny that every team that had a bye lost. I thought that was interesting. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not they make an adjustment to that part of it next season.
Do you think it's because they sat too long? You think it's because
Georgia spent 18.3. They right behind us. They are number 6, and they've been out.
Okay.
So, argue if you may, Ohio State has always been top in the Big Ten before they even spent one dime. So, we just produce good athletes, and we have good coaching and discipline from the Ohio State University.
Tony said, what's wild that if it wasn't for this new format, either team wouldn't have made it.
So I disagree. Well, I disagree with that because before the format, we were still going to the final dance. This ain't like our first kind of rodeo. We've been doing this. We've been about that life. Now, some of these other teams maybe not, but we've been down this road a plenty of times.
She's standing on business, Tony.
We've been down this road. I wrapped that on.
Let's go to the NFL. I want to talk about Refgate.
I know, because I was going to say go dogs. Go ahead.
Mal, you had Deflategate. Remember?
Deflategate, Spygate, PhoneGate, Bradygate.
Yeah.
You name it, you've been to the gate.
To the gate.
So
you've been to the gate, Mal.
Coach Terry, that's one of the reasons why we wanted you on tonight. I didn't introduce everybody. It's me, Stacy, Marilyn, known as Mal, and we have Coach Terry Bryan on tonight from Hits and Hills. Now her show comes on after this show, so
y'all watch Hits and Hills. It be live.
We definitely want to support her. She's in the group. She's a big supporter of our group, so we want to support her. Right after this, it's snowing. Ain't nobody going nowhere. It's ice outside.
I think y'all get your last one, Terry.
She had a bomb guest on too last week. I always watch.
Oh, my guest last week was off the chain.
Last week was
really. I gotta rewatch that. Okay.
It was a male.
It was the coach from
Florida.
From Florida.
Okay.
And he coached Olympians and all of that. It was a good one.
Check this, Susan. He's won 14 national championships, including the last 3 in a row. And nobody's talking about him.
Wow.
Because he's because he's a person of color.
Yes.
Well, and he's in Florida.
It's a non-revenue sport. So they don't, it doesn't make any money, so nobody cares about it.
But he has coached the Olympics. That's when I was like
Olympic coach in 2020. Did he say 20? I think 2020 he was like
the 2020 Olympics.
Yeah. Wow. So we wanted you on tonight, Coach Terry, just to kind of give us some insight. With
Crazy T.
KC. We know everybody's saying that, you know, the cheating, the refs are in their favor. They had that one ref that has 7 wins. What?
When he's
right,
on
when he's on the field.
Is he the white hat?
I'm not sure.
Yes.
But give us your insight. Yeah. Give us what you think. I mean, are we just crazy?
Well, you know, I feel like it's rigged anyway. So, you know, so I don't know why the agenda. I'll tell you why I think that the Chiefs are favored, and that's only because of the whole Taylor Swift BS.
I said it the other night.
Because she has brought so many new eyes, you know,
and
to the
money.
game. And women are more likely, like, we're the ones buying all the gear and all of the, you know, all the paraphernalia and stuff. We're the one that spend the money, you know. And I think that's just, and I could be wrong. That's just my theory, because it doesn't make sense. Do I think that they're good? But they're not even near as good as they were like last season. But you know, the calls are questionable. I played in games where the calls are questionable, and it just is what it is. You just got to play through it, and you have to. And then if you already know that this what the tendencies are for this particular official, then you know you can't make any mistakes. You can't fumble the ball. You can't get the stupid penalties. You can't do that, because you know you're already going against the 11 plus the officials. So you go into it, and that's the mindset that you have to have. You can't make any mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I felt for that game it was super obvious. Now, CJ doesn't have an O-line at all. The Texans O-line was terrible. He stayed on his back, period. So that in itself was horrific. And you're in the playoffs, you have to step your game up. But the lack of calls, the drawing of calls, the making up calls on Patrick Mahomes was insane. I mean, insane. I have never seen that before, ever.
It was, all I can say is it was interesting to watch, because sometimes it does seem like it's like Stevie Wonder can see the obvious, but you know, what can you do about it? You know, it's the same, you know, and they're gonna just rewind it. You know, you can go and protest it all you want to, but if they already have an agenda or a script on how they want this to play out, then it is what it is. Because you got to think, as long, you know, I don't know what the behind the scenes numbers are as far as like the view. They have this, what the viewership was since Travis Kelce started dating Taylor Swift, because I bet it's astronomical. I heard it was millions, because she has such a huge following.
She absolutely does.
That it just brought so many new eyes to the game that they didn't have. And then of course, you know, if people are watching, that revenue, you know, it's all about the revenue and the money when you have millions of people watching the game. And I don't think I've seen the numbers, but I bet somebody has the numbers out there somewhere if we do the research, as far as what pre Taylor Swift and then after Taylor Swift, what those numbers are.
Well, what they gonna do since he's talking about retiring this year?
Who?
Travis.
I think that they'll figure out a way to keep him relevant, or he'll become an announcer, or he'll come so that they'll still get the ratings. But they just, and they'll still show her.
Yeah, because they had a picture with her and Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark, yeah.
Right. Yeah. And they was like, somebody said, oh yeah, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
was that not the two of the most famous figureheads right now in athletics.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark together.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You're not going to tell me that wasn't
planned
strategically. That wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't know they hung out like that. I ain't never seen them two together.
Right. So now I'm like, are they paying them to be at the game?
Yeah. And it was genius. Whoever came up with it, absolute genius.
Mm-hmm. Tony said, I feel in playoffs they should have a different ref team from the normal crew just for fresh eyes. I agree.
I agree
with that.
Yeah, or the ability next year looking to either turning over some of these calls they're making. The ref calls. Because I really feel like the roughing the passer twice, I didn't see it.
I didn't either. That last one was very, very questionable. That one was that was a real fine line, and I was on the fine line side of that was not it.
Yeah.
I'm like, and okay, what's the meaning of that? If it's what is it then?
Right.
And then when you have people in the booth, right, Mal, you got people in the booth that are looking at. So what are y'all looking at when y'all get to see the replays better than what they seen it on the field? So what are y'all looking at?
And even the commentators are saying not yeah.
And you know, you can go to TikTok. Hey, Luella, we can go to TikTok and they break it down and we can see everything, and it's not.
They break it down on TikTok. Like, y'all not getting ready to tell me this ain't cheap.
Yeah,
and not only that, when the commentators start commenting on that, now you know that there's a problem,
right? Because a lot of them are speaking up now. Because it's like you don't enjoy the game. Knowing, like, I don't even want to see them play because it's like I know
if you're
all the
thinking it's really rigged for real, and the teams don't, and you already have an agenda, you're gonna lose. You're gonna start losing the fan base.
Hey, Jamie,
the whole point of being rigged is to hide that it's rigged.
Right. Thank you.
They're not doing a good job at this.
They're not doing a good job of hiding that it's rigged. If it is rigged,
it's starting to look like wrestling.
Yeah,
right.
Like it's becoming like WWE. Yes. Yeah, man. You're totally right. I agree that they need to evaluate the sliding procedures, because to me, once the quarterback
starts running,
now you're a running back.
Right.
So
you're no longer a quarterback.
I said that at the beginning of the season.
You did.
I said that.
Lock your iPad first.
I said that when it was the big issue with Trevor in Texas. I said that once you decide that you want to take off and start running, you're no longer the quarterback.
You're no longer a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But let me say this. Football has become very soft. And I don't mean it like disrespectfully, but the way they keep instituting all these rules and want you to play patty cake with these quarterbacks, we playing football. Mm-hmm. These girls, when they play, get hit harder, and they gone and play. I know, I done been to and seen them play. They want to be playing, hey, you going to get hit. If you don't slide, you're not going to know your name in a little bit. Figure it out. Like, it's just to be that simple.
Not too long ago, they were saying this is when it was football. And those hits you can hear from the stadium. I mean, when you're in the seats.
Yes, they would be sweating, Mel. You're right.
I mean, now it's so,
it would be so bad. Everybody in the stands would wince like, ooh.
I felt that. And as soon as that ball, when they get that ball and they kick it and get that ball, and you just bam. It was like one after the other. They did a whole video on it, like how many the hits back in the day. And now look at it today. We've come to this. Like
you can't touch the quarterback. Yeah. You can't hand check as a DB. So even when I'm coaching, I tell sometimes I'll be honest, I'll tell my wide receivers, hey, if the ball is short, come back into the DB because it's going to be a pass interference every time.
Because
of the rule. It's gonna go against
and all these new rules are stupid. They stupid.
And unless that offensive player pushes off, it's gonna go against the defensive, the DB every time.
Wow.
It took me 16 weeks to learn the new kickoff rule.
I don't like it either.
It took me 16 weeks because every time they did it, I was like, well, why they keep going? I'd be like, you keep forgetting. 16 weeks by the time my season was over in week 4. So I was just like, I'm watching everybody else team. I'm like, this shit dumb. Like,
yeah, I don't understand what the
like of that I need was. Somebody to break it down to me and tell me what was the purpose of it. Why I can't move. This man can't move until the ball is cut. What difference does it make?
They were getting popped.
Because they were getting popped.
Right off the rip. Like, once they got that ball in their hand, it was somebody right there.
I mean, even like the Pro Bowl is getting ready to come up, and the Pro Bowl is now flagged. The Pro Bowl used to be.
Yeah, it's flag football, but my thing is, don't have it before the week before Super Bowl if you worried about them getting hurt, or don't allow your players to play in the Pro Bowl.
Do it a week or two after,
right? So they can enjoy it and not be worried about Super Bowl after that. So it's fun. But to that, you absolutely right. It's flag football. I agree.
I just feel like it's eventually going to that, and then pretty soon you'll have everybody wearing the soft caps instead of the regular helmet, so that to prevent.
They need to, because they get a concussion and they come back the next week. They get another one 2 weeks later, and then they be big. They'd have had 10 of them, and they keep playing. Let them wear them big helmets because they don't have good sense. Let them wear them.
It's going to eventually go to all the soft cap helmets, so that
I agree with Mary. Mary said the Pro Bowl should be mid-season. I think we. I don't know.
Well, they're going to make it flag ball, maybe. Well,
yeah.
Well, like I said, if it keeps up, it's going to be the National Flag Football League. I agree.
Oh, don't say that.
They're still going to be worried about injuries.
Just like Stacey said, they keep making it soft.
Yeah, they're still going to be, even mid-season, they're going to be worried about injuries. There's some.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. After I said it, I'm like, yeah, but you got to worry about the injuries, and they're all on different teams, so that wouldn't work either. So,
and they irresponsible in their personal life, to let alone on the field. So they doing nonsense on the in their personal life, not even caring that they get played. They get paid to go play one day a week. I remember just 2 years ago, like Myles Garrett, he just grew up yesterday. You was out here doing 110 miles an hour up the freeway. Mm-hmm. You will be doing donuts around here. Go to the racetrack. While you building all these Halloween displays, build you somewhere that you can, since you got a need for speed. You breaking your arm and stuff. You get paid to break your arm on the field, not in a car because you want to be driving reckless.
When they do stupid stuff like that, I'd be like, come on, dude, you couldn't chill for 6 months.
Right.
Like it'd be so wild when you wake up and it's a news story that you want to be at home throwing a knife, a glass, and doing domestic violence, dumb stuff. Like, get out of here.
She's frozen.
She froze up. But the players don't think. I don't know. Like they're young. It's crazy.
And that's in every sport. Their agents. Like their agents should be like, listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
You
know, I mean, the same conversation we're having with our son. Don't you take your butt out here and being embarrassing us.
Yeah.
You know, we're coaches. We're in the community. We're not the average parents where we can afford for you to be out here acting a fool, because you're going to mess up all of our credibility as well too. I mean, Matter of fact, that's how we're able to be who we are, because when we're talking to other parents, we're like, well, we did it. Our son is a 4.3 GPA. He's still getting a 4.0 in college. He's still, he started as a freshman. We're able to talk that up because he's a great kid. But if he's out there acting a fool, you messed up all our credibility.
Mm.
And those are the conversations. I don't know who's in their head where they're, and sometimes you can tell them all day, and then they're just hard-headed, and they're just gonna do what they want to do because they think they're grown.
Yeah,
that's why
it's so sad with the younger ones, though. Like a lot of them come, even in college. College, they're drinking, they're doing things that before they get to the NFL, and that too, like their guidance, like where is it? Some of them, even them Georgia boys, they always into something. Always.
Oh my God, that team has like just craziness, like every year.
I don't understand how they not think that if you're already messing up in college, why would you think an NFL team wants to draft you?
Would want you,
Right.
And I love to see those parents that go and get their agent's license and become their agent. I love that.
Oh, I love those too. Yes.
Especially when the mamas do it, because she and his behind. Like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, we just had the kid at LSU just, get in trouble. I mean, you're getting ready to go to the draft and you do something stupid.
Yeah.
That's what Tony just said. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Quetta. I often wonder, I heard you ladies why I was, saying the same thing. They coming out of high school, going into college, that's a big transition for some.
Huge.
And going into that college, and when they playing, I just remember when I was playing sports, if I didn't want to take that test, if I didn't want to do something, I ain't have to, right? Because they wanted me to pass. They sent me a tutor. They had somebody to go take it, depending on where you were, right? We know that. These kids have it so easy now, and even with the NIL, they're going to send somebody to take them tests, do whatever. They not sending people to no financial advisors, no people teaching them no etiquette. Nobody's saying, now you don't go over here and be out here late with them while they doing this at this party and get caught with Karen's daughter. Because what's happened at the party with Karen's daughter. If it's just two of them.
He said Karen's daughter. Y'all know who Karen is, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it needs somebody that's telling them that. Like, get some edges lined up. Go get you a nice tailored suit.
They have great mentorship, but then you still just got them that still just don't do what they need to do. We had one kid that got caught with some weed or something like that or whatever. It's all in the newspaper. And then the next year, you don't understand why you're not getting no playing time. Because they're not going to cut you. They're going to make it seem like it. And then now you're in the portal because you're mad because you're not getting your playing time. But if you hadn't messed up, you might not have.
Right. You in the portal, but you ain't getting picked up because that followed you. Quetta, I agree with you. That's why I like Prime. Prime had a garden tool come in and stand before these boys and tell them
what the game is
and stuff like that.
And he spends time with a certain one with all of them. They go through, and if you go play for him, you going to Bible study, you going to this, you got skills for living, you going to go through this, you going through that, then you going to practice. Oh, and you going over to the elementary school and work with them. You don't have no time to yourself. And they need coaches with leadership.
Yeah, after the game, he'll tell them, y'all go celebrate. I don't want nobody smoking. You don't need to be smoking. And he'll talk to them. He talks to them for real. I think
and I think I love it. I mean, and I love that you brought that up because it's not just Dion. I love that Michael Vick is a new head coach and he's able to talk to them about the people in your corner. Ain't no way in heck Michael Vick should have went to jail over some dogs.
Because the thing is, it's us playing. It's our kids playing.
They fighting chickens. They have cockfights.
Forever.
Right.
And they still do it.
Where Pete at for that? Because eggs is $6 a dozen.
But this is what I always say, Stacey. I say it every week. We are not them.
Exactly.
We can't get away with what they get away with.
No.
There's no race.
It's gonna be 10 times, and even
10 times. If you get
it's gonna continue. It's gonna get shoved under the rug.
Yes.
But ours is gonna shine. Like, oh, this is what he did. How long for this? And they still punishing this man, still trying to boycott, still trying to do this, still trying to do that.
Because it's
time, moved on with his life, and they still at him.
Right, Jamie. We got to be better. We always got to be 10 times, but not even a little bit better.
Not even a little bit better. 10 times
better. Good. We have to be great.
Yep.
But they get to be good and be okay. But we have to be great. So,
and that's why I'm always screaming about leadership in the locker room, because you have to be more than a body on the field. There has to be the leadership, because a lot of them come from places where there was never no leadership. Yeah. And this is their out for them. So they don't know. They know what they then grew up with. They had to figure it out on their own. Wasn't nobody home when they got out of school. They just knew they had friends.
Yeah.
Right. So they need that leadership that's like, get over here. Is that homework there? What them grades look like? What are you doing? No, you can't. What's your relationships like? You need all that. All the way back to how to date a girl, because y'all getting in some nonsense with them girls.
No is no. Don't grab the arm, and leave Karen's daughter alone.
Leave Karen's daughter alone.
It's so
leave her. Leave her in history class. Okay.
PWI, because then you don't have. That's all you got to choose from, because it's so limited with girls that look like you. And for these boys, and then
because Barbara's daughter is in class, she becoming a PhD, and social workers and teachers. She getting the same education as Karen's daughter.
Yeah,
she might pop her neck a little bit, but that's okay too. She just asserting herself,
right? Right. So
she's a little bit more saucy.
Yeah,
right.
She
got some. She got some, some swag about her. She got some swag about her.
Exactly.
But
she make hot water cornbread. You ain't gonna get that at Karen's daughter.
You're not gonna get that at Karen's house.
And it ain't bad greens or greens out the can. I'm telling you, don't do it, bruh. Don't do it.
Coach Tay, how do you feel about this? The draft coming up with these this is not a good draft look.
This isn't a good draft for quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who's the best quarterback coming out right now?
They say Shedeur.
And his daddy said he's not going to the Giants. Is it the Giants or the Jets? Oh, the Jets. But now did the black coach from is he going to be the Jets coach now?
Yep.
So
I just read that I think Adam Schefter just said that he took the job. He was the defensive coordinator for the Lions.
Yeah, did he get at first I saw the Saints, that he was going with the Saints, and then I think the last one I saw, I think he's going to
the Jets.
The Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he took the position with the Jets.
For failure, because the Jets ain't did nothing.
And you got to contend with a whole lot up there with them. So put on the whole armor and go on and go to New York.
Now you got to deal with Aaron Rodgers.
And Aaron, when is he going?
Who's a to me he's a coach killer.
Yeah, if he don't like it, he gonna make it known.
Tony thinks Cam Ward is the top
Everybody
pick.
up under him gotten fired.
That's what they saying, that Cam is a top pick, and they thinking that he gonna come to the Browns. I'm hoping not.
But I think Shedeur is going to go before him now. Just on name alone. What do you think?
I think Shedeur
so that he could go. They can.
But I think Shedeur is going to go to Las Vegas.
That's where I think he gonna go, and the deal is already gonna be negotiated. He ain't going nowhere. That Deion Prime Sanders said he ain't.
That's what I said. I said if he goes to the Giants, Jets, or wherever, that's because that he can be there. That's because his dad said he can play. Wherever he goes.
Did Deion go to interview with the Dallas Cowboys?
He did not.
He said he took a phone interview because that was the respectful thing to do, but he's not leaving.
He said they talked, but it wasn't. He wasn't.
Yeah, I thought he was just talking. Him and Jerry Jones just was having a conversation, and he was explaining to Jerry, like, you got to interview some black people. You need to get some brothers around here.
And he's not going to do that. Jerry Jones is not getting ready to hire a black coach. He's never had a black coordinator. And I'm a Cowboys fan.
I don't know why them black folks keep running out there either and play for them. But hey,
because you don't have a choice. If he's the one drafting you, you just, it's kind of like the back in the day with the.
So let me say this: you always have a choice. We always, because that's massa for real now. That's massa.
What I think is going to happen is
him throwing rocks at Ruby Bridges. Now we got the picture of him doing it now.
I think Shedeur is going to go early, but it's going to be a trade to the Raiders.
Okay,
it ain't going to be no trade. It's going to be a deal that was already orchestrated with Deion. And
but they still got to go through the draft most. And the Raiders fell what? Where did they number what?
The Raiders is number 3. They listen. His name ain't gonna even get called if the deal is already made.
So the Titans have the number 1 pick, right? But they still have. I don't know if they're going to get rid of their quarterback. So they got Will Levis right there, who came from Kentucky. He was, again, he was like anybody else. He just wasn't good.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're going to trade for him, get rid of him, or they're going to bring in someone else, or they're going to bring in another quarterback. But they got the number 1 pick, so we still got to figure out who's going to be the number 1 pick. Is Cam going to be the number 1 pick? Is Hunter going to be the number 1 pick?
Who got the number 1?
The Titans.
Titans, right?
You guys, Stacey, aren't you guys number 2?
We number 2.
Are y'all number 2? Yeah.
And then the Giants.
No, who's 3?
Jaguars. Who is it?
The Jag or the Jag or the Panthers?
I don't know.
Where y'all fall at?
We're like 4 or 5 or something like that now.
Then it might be the Giants at number 3.
Let's see, because Google is our best.
Giants was 3 and 13. We 3 and 13. Jags Jags might be number 5 picking. They might. I thought y'all was before the Jags. Then the Jags is number 5.
And where are the Patriots at?
I think number 4.
4.
Yeah. So I think those are like the top 5 or 6. Those teams right there. New York Giants are 3.
Donna, you on here? Donna, where the Raiders fall at? New York Giants is at 3. So it's Titans, Browns, Giants, Pats, Jags, and then the Raiders must be 6.
So what does New York need? New York needs a quarterback.
We need a quarterback, linebacker.
They need just everything that the Browns need. They need a quarterback. They need an owner. They need a running back. They need a kicker. They need a linebacker and a tight end.
We need a better food staff. We need a better.
And the Jags are 5.
And if you want to throw in a stadium, they'll take that too.
Right. So if I'm
and a new parking attendant.
So if I'm the Jets.
No, New York has
Aaron Rodgers. I'm definitely bringing in a quarterback that can, come in and take over for whenever we get rid of Aaron Rodgers. The Raiders need a quarterback. So what we're looking at? So we got Quinn Ewers from Texas. He's coming. I think he is he coming? I think
Yeah, I think he declared this week. Didn't he come out and declare he was declare for the draft?
Yes, he did. So he's gonna be probably a top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's gonna be top 5.
What about Manning?
Manning ain't coming till next year, and that's what the Browns is holding off for. Is really because this family in the Haslams is like this. They already that deal is already made. It won't go on the
Archie board. Is bad. I think that they should have. I think that they should have played Archie that last game.
That's who the Haslam wants. Now this is the thing. The Haslams got to still be the owners of the Browns because the city of Cleveland got them in court. And if they are still the owners, Archie coming to Cleveland because Archie's family and them Haslams sit and have dinner and fly out on the private jet for the vacations and stuff. That's who they want. It was kind of like when LeBron's son declared and everybody wanted him. And Rich was like, he'll go back to school and we'll take him out the draft to next year. He ain't going nowhere but to the Lakers. And that's what happened.
Yeah, I can see that because even Hunter has one more year. And I think that if he's not going someplace where they think that he'll be, I can see him coming back another year if he's going someplace.
He didn't declare yet, right? He didn't declare yet.
No. I haven't seen him declare. No. Because they have until we just had the national championship on Monday. I think it's like by Monday. I think this following Monday, I think you have to declare. I think it's the cutoff.
Because that's when Howard did. It was like, I want to say I seen it on Friday, like Thursday or Friday. I seen it. It was like real close to the end.
You have to declare, and I think that date is coming up.
And once you declare, you can't take that back. Is that correct?
If you, I don't know if they changed the rule. The rule used to be that if you don't get an agent, you can come back. Hunter was tripping about Carson Beck's deal. I can't believe they paid Carson Beck all that money.
What did he get?
$5 million.
I'm about to go be with somebody's auntie real quick. I need to figure out who auntie, which one of these my brother's kids I'm gonna claim for real this year. Let me see whose game I'm gonna go sit at.
10 million.
Ooh, that's even worse.
That's even worse. Oh my
goodness. If it's 10, by the time he go to the NFL, he gonna have a Deshaun contract.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If
but
it's
there's 10, a cutoff on the rookie contracts. There's a cutoff. Like I think the first round, I think the max of a first rounder and you're the number one pick is only like 35-40 million, something like that. It might be low.
Well, they're gonna take it to the top if he had 10 in college.
There's a cap on it.
They're gonna take it to the max. That's for sure.
But it also depends on what the Miami Hurricanes are going to do under Carson Beck. Like if he takes them to, if he's top 12 or take them to the Final Four, then that'll raise his draft pick. But if not, he better make sure that he's got to have a surgery on his shoulder.
I did see that.
And so, and I think it's his throwing arm too. And so, you don't know how you're going to bounce back from that, because a lot of times, you want to get back on the field and you're rushing it. So you don't know what that turnaround is going to be like. And a lot of times the mental part of having an injury, most people have no idea how mental it is to come back from a major injury like that.
It is.
Yeah, especially with all that hitting and just
yes.
Yes. And then the mental of it. The mental of it.
Yes, it's so mental to come back. I tore both of my ACLs when I was playing ball, and it was I used to jump out the gym. Now I'm scared to jump because I know coming down, and that's how I would pop it, because I would come down and it just popped. And now you're scared to jump. You're scared to just do some of the things that you're normally doing. And I had a girl on my team that had mental blocks when she came back from a major knee injury, and she was just struggling because she was just like, I can't even. Not only are you scared, you just aren't the same athlete that you were before that. He's like,
I feel that way about Chubb. I don't think he's gonna come back like that. You didn't have tore that knee twice. Now you got a broken foot. I just don't foresee it.
I agree, Jamie. I didn't think Carson Beck was that. I didn't think he was all that too. I thought he got exposed when they played Georgia Tech in the in their rivalry game when they went 8 overtimes.
Yeah.
That was a wild game in itself.
That was a good game.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
Okay, so we got these Commanders and the Eagles on Sunday.
Come on, Commanders. Yes. I'm sorry.
So on live, when I went live yesterday, they feel like, Jaden got time, but Jalen needs it.
I love Jaden's story because all they keep showing is when they was clearing out his locker when he was at Arizona State, and they was like, "Bye, Felicia," and they was just treating him just bad when he was leaving Arizona, and it was just like, "Sheesh." And then for him to get the Heisman, and then for him to be a rookie, not only is he a rookie, but then you got a rookie head coach and a whole new staff that has made it to the Final Four. Like, that's unheard of. Like, you just don't hear about that. Now, mind you, Quinn, I thought he was the bomb when, I thought I'm going to say Kentucky. Cowboys were good when Quinn was our defensive coordinator. I felt like when we got into the playoffs that last season, I felt like he changed everything up, and I felt like that was a sabotage to get McCarthy fired so that he could get the head job for Dallas. Because I think he wanted the head job for Dallas, but then again, Jerry was tripping about making a decision, and then so he just went on ahead and just went and left and went to the Commanders. But it was a good move for him.
Yeah. But I need the Commanders to win. I really do.
I love Jalen.
I need them to win for multiple reasons.
I'm good with either one.
I feel like he's my son out there or something. I'd be so proud.
Oh, Jaden, yes.
Yeah, with his little.
And he's so humble.
I just love his composure in the pocket.
Yes. We talked about this on one of our
I'm sorry, Tifa.
Earlier YouTube. It was with your friend Deshaun that was on. Is it Deshaun? Deshaun? And he said you could see the mechanics in his. He doesn't make those mistakes. He's like a Mike Vick. Like So when he said that weeks ago, I started really, really like tuning into him.
And
he don't make that. He don't make those mistakes.
He doesn't make the stupid mistakes.
I know one thing. He don't mind airing that ball out in some double coverage, and he don't miss.
It's a little window, and he has it right there where it needs.
And I think that virtual reality thing. I think that's a game changer. That's going to be for everybody. I recommended it to the quarterback for my women's team. I said, you should go get you a virtual reality, because again, sometimes you can't just picture it, but I guarantee that virtual reality puts him in real life situations where he's able to, and then when you make a mistake on the virtual reality, now you learn from that mistake, because now you're kind of seeing it like real time as opposed to just, because when you're in practice, you're not getting hit, and you're not allowed to hit the quarterback in practice. So a lot of times these quarterbacks make the mistakes that they're having because they're not used to the pressure of a real game situation, because you're not allowed to. I mean, you'll get in trouble for hitting a quarterback in practice. So, and so it's hard to create that real time pressure that you really need. But I think this virtual reality thing has really, really given that to him. And I think we're going to see that whoever came up with that is a genius. And I think we'll see it more in
Keith is on
college
here
and high school where we'll see it.
Yeah, they ride for them Eagles, baby. Nobody is taking nothing from them Eagles. We just saying that Jane don't miss. Hey, girl, hey.
Okay, y'all. The Bills are going to have to play perfect. I need the Bills to come out with no mistakes. How about that?
Hold on 1 minute. Hey, Quetta, if it's a Jalen Mahomes Super Bowl, I won't know because I'm not going to watch. I cannot watch the Chiefs again. I promise you I'm going to be so busy. I'm going to be up all night Saturday doing something. By the time the Super Bowl come, I'm going to be dead sleep. I'm going to watch all the commercials the next day on YouTube. That's a game I'm not watching.
Anybody. I mean, my cousin used to play my cousin used to play for the Kansas City, and now he's with the Titans. So now I could care less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't watch them again. You know what I mean? I think a major reason why I can't watch them again is because I've watched all the cheating take place. So I know I can't, in my good mind, watch that again.
Not for the Super Bowl. You want to see
Quetta? Listen, Quetta here says it's already written.
It's already written.
I want to watch it. Y'all let y'all tell me about it. I ain't gonna be able to watch it because I'm gonna be seeing all the posts.
Yeah, I think they need to switch up them referees for real though. I mean, after so many,
because that game Saturday was absolutely crazy. And I couldn't even be mad when the girls was talking about it because I'm sitting there like, child, please, is you serious? Right. I ain't read a referee book yet in my life, and I know that's a rule, and that's a rule, and y'all made us learn that that's the new rule, and that ain't what happened on the
And you know, and we tell, you know, and when you're watching film on the team, it's probably more important to watch the tendencies on the refs and what they call than it is to watch the other team and what they do, because most of the time the other team is going to switch everything up anyway. So everything that you know, you're going to find some things that, you know, like I'll show a video here. Before my book come out, I have a video where my son was in our championship game, and when I saw the other team line up, and I was telling my corner, I was like, "It's coming to you, Jaden. It's coming to you. It's coming to you. It's coming to you. It's coming to you." And he ended up getting the pick because guess where the ball came? The ball came right here, because I done seen that play so many times it becomes predictable. Well, they're not as obvious like that in the NFL because they switch everything up so much, and so but so you got to be more. But the refs are still the same. Like they usually don't switch up. They have their tendencies and stuff too. So
before our season went to the dogs this season, I used to, before the game, look to see who the refs is and see what they were, what their record, what they known was, what they known for calling, do this and that. Yeah. So then I started looking at them ones for the Chiefs, would always call for them Chiefs.
And they get the same refs and he's what did he say? What is it? 7-0? When that one,
he's not known for making calls unless they call, and they known for letting them play. That's what they ref team is known for. Look it up. Because it was amazing to me when so then when I sit back and I really watch the game, I'm like,
Stevie Wonder could see this. So why haven't y'all done nothing about it?
Because at first, really, like in the group, when the KC fans, you know, come back and they're upset about us saying they're cheating or anybody else saying it, I was like, okay, well, maybe we exaggerating, we're a little bit crazy. But when I saw sportscasters now questioning calls and stuff like that, come on, like
and
we gotta.
Yeah. But like you said, and somebody on TikTok always is gonna break it down even more and
all the way down.
There was another
sportscasters be biased all day long. They be biased already, so we already know who they want to win. But when they like, this is what people are complaining about all the time. This is blah 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 blah, and all of that.
They even talking about the next year, looking at people flopping. They started doing it in NBA, so now they're going to also look into that because there was a bunch of flopping going on too.
It was. It was.
Yeah.
Mahomes is so dramatic.
He's super dramatic, Coach Terry.
So dramatic.
He's
when he was going out of bounds. And when he was going out of bounds,
he went out of bounds, and
they would push him, and
wasn't that serious?
Ain't nobody bit Mo touched him at all. I'm like, so you gonna draw the penalty from the air? Gonna drive on the air.
Yeah. So they're talking about that too, flopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they need to. Again, because what happens is you're gonna find ways to get around the rules. Just like I said, if I tell my wide receivers, if the ball is short, track the ball and come back to the ball and come through the defender, the DB. I said, you're going to be above him. And he's going to be, especially if you got him beat. If you got him beat and the ball's short, you got to come back to the ball. He's going to run right into you.
Right.
And it's going to be against you.
And it's going to go against him.
Yep.
And now we got the first down.
Yeah.
When we shouldn't have got the first down. Because the ball was underthrown. And watch that. So now that'll be something that y'all will start seeing even in the NFL. It's the same way.
Yeah. I think I saw a call not too long ago. It wasn't even catchable.
It wasn't catchable. But the wide receiver came back through the defender and it went again. Yep. Yeah, and it went again. And then they flopped. Yeah. So then they make it look like it's a flop, like you was trying to catch it and you impeded me from being able to catch the ball when it tried to catch the ball. And now you got a pass interference.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
I know. All right, ladies, we're gonna wrap it up, but we are thank you, Coach Terry, for being on with us tonight. Everybody, Coach Terry is on at 9:00 with her podcast, 9 p.m. Hits and Heels. And also,
tonight, what I got tonight? Oh, tonight we're probably talking about the same thing, except it's me and my husband. And
okay.
And so because coaches, he has a different perspective.
Tell us about the grant that you're
supposed to funny.
The votes that you need.
Okay, so I signed up for like a $25,000 grant. So I actually coach football. I'm one of the only football female football coaches in Kentucky, and we don't have girls flag here as a sanctioned sport like Georgia and Florida and Texas and California, and it needs to be that. So now I'm on this mission to try to bring flag football to the state of Kentucky. And so I need, of course, I it's going to take money. And so I applied for this grant and I'm in the running. So it's like 70 people and I'm like number 4 the last time I checked. And so you can go and vote for free. If you're on Facebook, you can vote for free every day. And the cutoff is next Thursday at 7:00. So if y'all can just go vote every day for me, share it as much as possible, tag, I'm easy to find on social media. So tag it. I actually, before we got on today, I put it back in the group and I tagged y'all on it. So you'll be able to see it when we get off.
If you can't find it, just inbox me, Stacey Amal, and we'll get it to you. We want to push it. We want to push it.
Yeah, I tagged y'all before we came on. I put it in there and I tagged y'all in it, so you guys can see it.
Okay, so that's the post for the next week or two. That's gonna
Yeah, exactly. So for like the next week. Yeah, so I need if there's 30,000 people that are active. I need 30,000 a day or 15,000 a day. To get that, because that would just be
you have a phone awesome. And a laptop, you can vote on both devices. So let's
get it. I'm definitely gonna try that.
Yeah, let's push it to number 1.
Yeah, that would just be amazing. I would just appreciate that. But again, I anything to push, the girls and women, I'm totally all for it. That's the reason why I kind of started my podcast, was because I'm the only female, and just to give a female perspective from football. And so me and my husband, we go through it sometimes, but everybody loves our chemistry. And so I went on ahead and just made him my co-host, because everybody loves when I got more engagement when we're both on, but I still love having, just doing the interview style. Like I said, last week, oh my God, y'all, last week I had, again, I had Coach Mike Holloway, who has 14 national championships. He's won the last 3 NCAA track championships at Florida. He's been there like 23 years. I mean, his story was amazing. Matter of fact, he just came out with a new book. I got his book right here. Okay. And then I got a lot of other people that I think one of my favorite episodes I had. Y'all should go back and look. Did y'all remember the American Gladiators back in the day?
Yeah.
I had Jazz on. Like, she hadn't did an interview in like 20 years. So she's from here in Lexington, and I'm a part of the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame. And so we had inducted her into the Hall of Fame, and I asked her, she said yes. I mean, with no hesitation. She didn't know me. I had never met her, and she looked at me and was like, wow. Yeah. She said, but I haven't done an interview. And people, I mean, they did like some type of a reunion thing, and they was trying to do something with the Gladiators, and they was trying to come after her, and she wouldn't do it. And so, and then I've had, so of course my husband played football at Kentucky. So I've had George Adams. His son is Jamal. Y'all remember Jamal Adams? He played for Seattle. He just got cut from the Lions, and he was with the Titans. He played for the Giants back in the day. I don't know if you remember, Susan. His name is George Adams. He played here at Kentucky, and he played for the Giants. And so I've had lots of people like that on my show, and I just love. But I love. Oh, you guys got to go see. There's a girl named Ebony Kimbrough. Okay. And she's the only coordinator in D2 football. The only female coach, and there's like 264 D2 schools, football schools, and she's the only one that's sitting in a coordinator position, that's coaching on a football team. So there's not a lot of, female coaches right there, and she's one of them.
Where is she from? Where is she?
Charlotte.
Okay.
She lives in Charlotte, and so and she has a women's team as well. She's also the owner of a women's team. Wow. So definitely. So that's my podcast. If you guys get on, and then and we had one with Susan. Susan did an interview, and we had a good time. So go back and watch even the one with Susan. Susan and I had a good time on, and of course I featured her. It was right before we was promoting the first national meetup. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Yeah. So it was really, really good, and I need to go back through and break that up again and kind of repurpose that again for you, and so we can repurposing that and getting people continue building the group. Right. But y'all got a hard job with the whole, because some people they need therapy.
Our moderators and admins, we work hard. We work hard to weed out.
Y'all work hard, and because, baby, I be deleting people left and right up out of there. Like, girl, if you don't get up out of your feelings and come up out of I'm like, did you not see the players hug after the game?
Did you not see the players hug, change jerseys, and high-five and tap each other after the game? Why are you cursing me out over a game?
That part.
That ain't nobody getting paid for. I just spent $1.5 million all season on, and now you want to argue with me. Okay.
Yeah, so y'all's job is hard, but the group is definitely, I mean, it's my favorite group. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in a lot of groups, and the Black Women Love Football group is my absolute favorite group, because again, we don't have a lot of women. I was shocked that there's 38,000 women that love football. And then somebody in fact, I just responded to somebody else because they was like, well, I like college. And they was like, you know, and we started a thread with just everyone that loved college. And I was like, yes, let's go. And then I met Natola. I went and drove to Cincinnati to meet Natola. And then I've met several other people just from the group, and they've been on my podcast,
right?
Because I met them from the group,
and we're meeting so many people from the give backs. From the give backs, we'll put it out there. This is what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be, you know, serving food, whatever. And people will show up, and I'll be like, "Who that?" You know, I'll see them without paraphernalia on, and I'll lean over to Stacy or Mal and be like, "Who that?" You know, and it's just nice meeting new people. And you know what? So many people said, "Thank you. I needed this. I needed this outlet." You know, and things like that. So we are just
real quick. Nikki talked about, did we talk about the coin toss? Y'all, we didn't talk about the coin toss. Why Bernice thought she was gonna
oh, you saw that?
But why didn't she? Let's and why didn't she? Anytime there is a guest,
and acknowledge her,
they do that. Let me tell you, I don't know if anybody else picked up on it, but did y'all not see the ref step in front of her a little bit as she was talking? Okay, so I looked at Ole, and in my mind, I was running it back, and my mother was the one who said something to me about it, and I'm like, well, I haven't seen anything publicly said, and I went and looked back, and I seen she put out a statement saying her or her team was never notified that she was not going to be tossing the coin, and that they issued a apology, you know, about it, and you know, trying to be politically correct. Now, this is my thing. Y'all had them good Glee singers out there. You had the little young African-American boys and girls doing sign language. So if you was trying to be politically correct all the way around, why wouldn't you have her toss the coin?
And she was the most could there been any other person more perfect than her
to do it on that day?
On that day, y'all had her there for that purpose. You said it, and I think everybody was floored because the announcer even said that she was going to do the coin toss. That was that ref that was there. First of all, he came out to SEC. That was number one. That was our number one problem there. He came out to SEC. Number two, he probably belonged to that whole MAGA camp in the second place. But he stepped in front of her and he went on and did it because the announcer said that she was going to flip the coin. So as he talking and she looking and kind of waiting, I was kind of confused too.
Yeah.
You got all these people of color doing the singing, the America the Beautiful, the Star Spangled Banner, got the little kids doing sign language. What was the purpose?
Nikki said, was it done on purpose? If he announced it, he heard the announcer.
Yeah, I think it was done on purpose too.
I think so too, because they told him that before he came out there, and he said, "I'm gonna show y'all better than I can tell y'all how we about to get rid of this DEI, and you is gonna be the first one we gonna make an example of."
He was like, "Watch this, and what y'all gonna do about it?"
Yeah, we got a long fight ahead of us.
That's why it's going to be a long 4 years. Like I said, I haven't been on any social media. I didn't log in on the TV or whatever that day. I didn't watch nothing. My cousin, I might have to drop it in the group.
I made sure my TV was on Wales or something.
Service at the White House, and she was like, "Do y'all want to go to the inauguration?" We was like, "Hell no."
Yeah.
And then she sent a picture of, you know, you could see my cousin where they was getting ready to pick him up, and she sent us the picture from that, and I was like, "Girl, boo."
Yeah, and we have to continue to create stuff for us, by us, or by us.
We gotta create our own spaces.
Yeah, yeah.
Space.
I'm
ready to be done with you know, I'm trying to get more involved on Fan Base, which is a Black-owned.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm gonna check that out.
So I'm on there, and I'm trying, but it's so hard when you've already been established. So I mean, I've been on Facebook 2009, I think. You know, that's a long time, and you know, and trying to build up that.
The TikTok shop got me in a chokehold. That's the only reason why I can't let it go. I ain't gonna lie.
Facebook got you in a chokehold for real.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But,
you know, so I'm trying to build up most of my people aren't on fan base. So there's no, I don't, it's been very well, it would probably be more if I would get on there, but I just don't have time. So I'm trying. And then there's another one called We Kinfolk. So those are 2 Black-owned social media channels that can replace. Okay. And then the interfaces and stuff aren't like Facebook. Like they still need to get some glitches and stuff together. Like when I was trying to, I'm like, okay, y'all need to get this together. So
and that runs you right back because
it runs right back. Yes, because I'm like, ugh. I ain't got time to be going through all this. Y'all got me.
Like y'all need to get the scammers to fix this.
Yes.
But
all right. Thank y'all.
Love you guys. If you are not registered for nationals, let's get registered and practice your dance for Saturday night, ladies. Boots on the ground. We got our fans tonight.
I will. Oh my God, these.
You see that, Jamie?
Oh, fans.
But I just want to listen. I want to say too, thank you for everyone that came out on.
That's what I was
on Saturday.
Yes, thank you, Mom.
Saturday, we were there at the church.
We had such a good time.
What was it called again? I'm sorry. I was with Hands on Atlanta. They basically
it was the Church of Life. Was it the Life Church of Life or Life Church? The Life Church.
New Life
Church.
Beautiful campus. I mean, what they do and what they do for their community, hands off. Like
it's real ministry.
Seen it in a long time. Real ministry. I mean, pantry, hair salon, barbershop. You have clothes on the other side. People go shopping for clothes for free. It's like a whole department store over there. We were sorting on one side clothes, and we had people sorting the food on the other side of the campus where me, Stacy, and Susan was. But then we came again together, and all of us served. We was on both sides, but met up in the middle, took a picture, and then we went out for brunch. It was amazing.
We recruited new women in the group right on the spot.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Gave them a button. They went out to eat with us. Like it was just amazing. I just love being with the sisters, and it's so much bigger than football, y'all. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, we do so many other things.
Football brought us together, but giving back is just like
was always the mission.
It's just so much bigger than what it is, what we do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just having the community is just huge. Having our own community where it, like you said, where we're able to just network and the support. Like Donna Jacobs, thank you for voting yesterday. It's just unmatched. Mm-hmm. And I just can't wait to see how we can just continue to grow as a community.
And Mel, I want to thank you as always for putting it together, for being the hostess with the mostest over the weekend. It was so amazing.
Yes.
I don't think we could have picked a better person for our whole caring and give back. Mel is super organized with that. I'd be like, yes. They'd be like, ask Mel. I'm just here. I do it now. Tell me.
I try. I'm always about, the sisterhood is number one. I love everyone getting together, but the next thing is bringing things out in the community that we can serve and help someone, even if it's 1, even if it's 10, whatever it may be, that we're known like based community that we're always going to be out there serving. That was my goal. Like always to make sure that Black Women Love Football is known for serving.
Always for serving. I love it.
Not just football.
Right. And And I think it was amazing to see how, other people was like, oh, y'all this, and y'all all with different teams and just embraced it. But we got the job done. We
was in those streets deep. We was in the streets deep. And we all had on our gear, Coach Terry. And everywhere we went to the restaurant. Everybody want to know who we are, who we are. It was just amazing. It was just an amazing day.
It was an amazing weekend. They wore me out, Coach Terry. I promise they did. But it was an amazing weekend. And then we spent Dr. Martin Luther King Day. We spent it together. I had totally really forgot about the inauguration because we was together. We was doing what we wanted to do. And then we rolled right into the Ohio State University. So, it was just those type of things that just made it amazing. We just had an amazing weekend. I really enjoy being there because, when you come from, good church backgrounds and you grew up doing ministry, it's good to be able to go and see ministry actually being done and be able to participate in it, opposed to always having to go to like a food pantry or whatever, but just being able to be there and seeing ministry done. So I really enjoy that, and being able, and the guy said that he does it, are there every single Saturday to do it. So it ain't Yep. So it ain't something like they just do one time and they just doing it here. These people are in need, and the need is going to become greater. And that means there's more need for us to do more things, to give back and to help. So that's Mal's department, and she's going to find things and stuff for us to do. So again, Mal, thank you for putting together a great weekend for us. We have nationals coming up. So if you are not registered to be in the CLE, then I suggest that you do get your registration in. If there's a problem with you getting it all done, please contact me or Susan so that you can have a conversation with you prior to us getting on. We just had another meeting with some wonderful ladies that is going to make it happen. And Coach Terry happens to be one of those ladies. So there has some more big surprises that are in store for nationals here in the CLE. So that's what I have. Get registered, and vote for Coach Terry. And those are on your to-do list for this week.
Coach Terry, you have something?
What's the host hotel?
They are Marriott's. Actually, they're Courtyard and Town Place. And if you happen to land in the Town Place, you'll be shuttled over to the main, to the host hotel.
The first hotel only has kings. We ran out of sold out of the doubles. So if you need a double, you're going to have to go to the other hotel, but they'll be shuttled back and forth. But if we still have a few kings left in the host hotel.
Okay.
And if you have problems booking a room, the link is on the website tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, the link for the second hotel will be up. So if you have problems registering, just let me know. And
how far is the other hotel from the initial hotel?
Like 10 minutes,
like 10 minutes. Like 10 minutes. It's freeway to freeway. This hotel is literally sits at the freeway, and the other one gets off at the other freeway. So yeah. And they're gonna shuttle from one to the other.
Okay.
Thank you, Donna.
All right, y'all. Let's get those votes in. Love you all. And we will see you next Wednesday. Have your wine and be ready.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Coach Terry.
Thank you.
Thank you.